right, counter punch boxing. I'm in a great mood. I mean, it's a beautiful day here in sunny Houston, Texas. It's like 80 degrees today. Absolutely perfect weather. I'll try to go to my camera in a minute and show you guys where I'm at the end of the video. Let's wait till the end of the video. I'll try to switch over to my camera and show you guys what I'm looking at as I make the video. But anyway, look, we got it all. The controversy, okay, the Tyson Deontay Wilder controversy, right? They're talking about the count. You know, Tyson Fury hit the canvas in round 12. You know, a lot of people are talking about, you know, it was longer than 10 seconds, kind of like, was it Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas? I believe that was a fight where, I want to say it was a Tyson fight where he believes he should have won, but they gave him a longer count. I can't remember what fight it was, but he feels like he should have won. You know, same situation. Now, a lot of Deontay Wilder fans are going back and counting and saying it was longer than 10 seconds. But look, I've covered a lot of fights as press. They have an official ringside counter. You know, this guy's job is when a fighter hits the canvas, he counts 1, 2, 3. You know, the referee, Jack Reese, will look over to him and like he'll motion to him what count he's on, and then the referee will pick up at that count. I'm sure you've seen a guy hit the canvas. The referee looks over to ringside and he'll start counting. You know, he doesn't start at 1. He picks up where the official counter left off. So I want to go back and watch the fight. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. I want to go back and watch, and I want to see if Jack Reese, the referee, you know, if he, you know, deferred to the official count, you know, the ringside counter, or how did he handle that situation? And I want to count for myself. I want to put a stopwatch on it, and I'll make a video just for that, and we'll talk about, you know, other bad counts in boxing, you know, that kind of thing. You know, we'll delve deep into it, but yeah, so like I said, a little bit of controversy there, but look, you know, I'm feeling good about the fight. You know, I don't have a lot of bad things to say about this fight. You know, entertaining, emotional. It was a technical fight. I mean, two of the best boxers, you know, probably in their prime, maybe, I don't know. You know, you could argue maybe they are, maybe they're not. You know, with Tyson Fury coming back, you know, I think he looked better. I mean, it was his best performance. So, I mean, to me, that was a prime Fury. Well, Deontay Wilder seemed a little bit off, but we'll get into that. You know, stylistically, great matchup. You know, I mean, it was a great fight for boxing fans. And yes, there was some controversy, but, you know, you really, and to me, look, you really need a little bit of controversy to kind of spice up a fight. I mean, it's a recipe. It is the recipe for a great fight. You know, it had it all. I mean, every box, it was checked, like check, 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 check. Okay, and it's going to keep us talking about it. It's going to keep us interested, and it's going to keep us, you know, keeping the sport of boxing alive. You know, it's going to help us keep it alive. So, you know, all in all, great. So, you know, I don't want to hear people talk about, oh, I'm done with boxing. I'll never watch boxing again, blah, 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 blah. You know, this was, to me, it wasn't one of those fights because both Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury understand what happened. You know, they both understand. You know, this was just round 1. There's going to be another fight. This was basically a fill-out process, right? I mean, the real fight will be the rematch. And as boxing fans, I mean, we should be excited for that. You know, so I'm not saying don't speak your mind, but you know, with the draw, I don't like it. You know, I don't like it at all. But on the other hand, I mean, you know, you look at the 10-8 rounds, you know, there's some tight, close rounds in there, and I believe Fury won. Like I said, he put on a boxing clinic, but you know, I don't know. It's not I wouldn't call it a robbery though. You know, I'd call it a controversial decision. I wouldn't call it a robbery. Okay, and it's complicated. So, like I said, early on, I saw Fury, you know, putting on a boxing clinic. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. You know, even Mayweather had him up like the first 5-6 rounds, had him up every round, Tyson Fury. You know, but then he gets dropped, came back from the dead, right? And came back from the dead after getting knocked down or almost knocked out in round 12, you know, to come back and actually win that round as far as landed punches. I mean, not only did he get up, but he got up and out-punched Deontay Wilder, caught him with a left hook, and I don't know if you guys watched the fight, but caught him with a left hook, and they showed it in slow motion in the replay. And Deontay Wilder, he was hurt. He was hurt. So anyway, a reporter asked Tyson Fury, you know, why he was so composed after, you know, the robbery, right? And Fury, and this is what the reporter called it, a robbery. And Fury responded by saying that he had probably 10,000 gypsies in attendance tonight, and they would have, he said they would have basically ripped the place apart. They would have torn the place to pieces, you know, if he would have instigated it. So he wanted to be like an ambassador of his people and, you know, keep the peace. So that's why he said, I didn't want to cause a riot. So I didn't want to get up there and shout and scream and get everyone hyped up and emotional. So he just, he just accepted the decision, good or bad, hate it, like it, love it, whatever. So now, look, Tyson Fury, I want to make it clear, Tyson Fury won the fight. I mean, just look at the scorecards. And by the way, I'm going to show you guys the scorecards in my next video. The first judge had it completely wrong. Okay, it was like Adelaide Bird all over again. And like I said, we'll break down the scorecard in the next video. And Deontay Wilder, he knows he lost that fight. He knows, and all of his fanboy YouTube channels are 100% aware that he lost that fight, regardless of the BS they try to sell you. Remember, I was picking Deontay Wilder to win this fight. So I'm not being biased here. I was picking Wilder to win, but Tyson Fury conducted himself like a true champion, beginning, during, and after. So I mean, I gave it to Tyson Fury in every way, and in every single way, and another thing I want to talk about, Deontay Wilder, coming in 212 pounds. I mean, coming in at 212 pounds on fight night. I think he was way too small. I mean, he almost looked like a sickly, like a thin, just malnutrition. Like, he didn't look good. He just didn't look good. He looked dehydrated, and I was watching on like a HD big screen at the movie theater. So I mean, I could see every little detail, and I was amazed at how small Deontay Wilder looked, and now they're talking about Deontay Wilder going over to the UK, according to Lou DiBella, it boils down to where can we make the most money, and I think they could probably make the most money by going over to the UK, and filling up big stadiums, that kind of thing. And they brought up Anthony Joshua, and basically Lou DiBella said, I don't give a shit about Anthony Joshua, and none of them really seem to be talking about Anthony Joshua, and rightfully so. He doesn't deserve 1 ounce of shine tonight. Both these guys, they deserve all the credit, all the attention, so I don't mean to jump all over the place, but I also want to talk about Tyson Fury and his boxing skills. Okay, he is a master boxer. Okay, he was setting traps, he was smothering Deontay Wilder, he was like taking away his jab, took away his right hand at times, except for the couple of mistakes, walking him into punches, confusing him with movement, using his feints, footwork, head movement. He was just like taking just basically controlling every round. I mean, there was a couple of rounds where he thought maybe he took off, but I mean, he was just controlling the fight in every way. It's kind of like, it's like he had the mindset of like a Lomachenko, but the body of like Andre the Giant, right? So it doesn't look as impressive, like when you see Loma do what he does, it doesn't look as impressive to see Tyson Fury because he's so big, it looks slower or whatever, but when you really look at what he did, it was just incredibly impressive. And Deontay Wilder, he looked like a deer in a headlight. I mean, he didn't know what to do in front of a boxer like that wouldn't basically just stand there to get hit. And if you look at a lot of Deontay Wilder's knockouts, and what is it like? He had like, what was it? Damn, like 20-something knockouts inside of 3 or 4 rounds. I forget, like some ridiculously high knockout ratio, but they were all cab drivers, things like that. So, he's never had a guy like this in front of him. Luis Ortiz, yeah, stellar amateur background, but this was a different type of fighter Deontay Wilder was in front of, okay? And it showed. He couldn't figure him out. He couldn't figure out what to do. The only thing he did was throw bombs and hope something would land, okay? So, did the fight live up to the hype? Yes. I mean, are you going to get a rematch? Yes. Did you get your money's worth? Yes. Right? If you bought a pay-per-view, you finally got your money's worth. Good undercard. I mean, great. This is like a heavyweight bout to go down into the books. Okay, this will be one of the most historical heavyweight fights. I guarantee you. Just a great fight. In my opinion, it was. Maybe I'm overhyping it, whatever. But I loved the fight. Absolutely loved it. And, no one lost any belts. Deontay Wilder keeps the WBC. Both men undefeated. So it was just a good night of boxing, good night of boxing. Now, in closing, I think Deontay Wilder tried too hard, okay? You don't chase a knockout all night because usually when you chase the knockout, it never comes. It comes naturally. And he even said that in the press event. Deontay Wilder, like I said, he claims, this is another controversial thing. I wrote this down. I'm reading my notes here. Deontay Wilder, he claims Tyson Fury he was using baby oil, like, to be slippery. He said he was very slippery, and he believes that they waited to count, and waited on the count, and it was, he should have been counted out at 10, basically. So, he was like, I'm not trying to make excuses, but he's like, but he was very slippery. He was just holding on to like a. He said he couldn't grab him, couldn't hold him, and his glove was like slipping off his head and his face, that kind of thing. And I know, I mean, I've done a lot of sparring, and I've been in there with oily guys, so I know exactly what he's talking about. So I mean, I understand. So let me see if I can flip over here, and I'm going to show you guys my beautiful view that I'm currently looking at right now, the pool. This is not where I make my videos, but sometimes I come out on my patio here and, make my YouTube videos. So, yeah, I thought I'd share the video. Look, you like my Christmas decorations, right? My beautiful plants. Yep, living it up over here. But yeah, a beautiful day. But yeah, look, if you guys could sub to the channel, I would appreciate it. I don't ask for much on this channel, but that's one thing I do need. I need to get my subs, up higher than they are, because I mean, right now, this channel's growing, but I just need it to grow faster, because look, the bigger we get, the better I can do. And I'm not talking about financially. I just need the numbers to increase. So, and also, I've got an update on Canelo Golovkin. Golovkin was actually at the fight, the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight, and I noticed something that I don't think anyone is talking about. Golovkin was there, and I didn't like what I saw. Okay, and I'll talk about that in another video. So anyway, guys, awkward.